Namaste ji, namaste. Welcome to TLY. Now let us discuss about 3-year law entrance programs that are offered across universities in India. Let me give you a brief introduction about myself. My name is Sehaj. I run an institute called TLY Academy, known as Teaching Laws of India. The channel that you are watching on has low subscribers because it has just been launched. Our main channel is Courtroom by TLY. You can look it up. You can look on Google and you will find out exactly who we are. And in this session, I'm going to take you through the length and breadth of all 3-year law entrance programs. Now remember, you have two kinds of LLBs in India. You have the 5-year LLB and then you have the 3-year LLB. This is the program that you attempt right after your 12th. This goes via CLAT. This goes via AILET. All right. Now, in the 3-year LLB program, the king of 3-year LLBs used to be DULLB till you got the NLSAT-LLB. Now this is an entrance for NLSIU Bengaluru, in which there are 120 odd seats. I took this examination in 2022 to better understand it. By God's grace, we've had a tremendous amount of success. We've had rank 1s in 2022, in 2024, 2025, all batch students, online batch students. And in the DULLB, there used to be a law entrance till 2022. Now this exam is conducted, the admissions are conducted via CUETPG. So please do not get confused. These are post-grad examinations, CUET-PG. So you need to have a graduation degree to attempt these examinations. Now there are more examinations. These are the two primary ones. DU has around 2,888 seats. It can go up and down as per the latest year trends. This has 120. To prepare for the NLSAT, you can refer to our NLSAT prep playlist. Some of the videos, some of the older videos, like for example till about 2024, are on Courtroom's channel, but I have included them in the playlist on this very channel, that is TLY. So I bifurcated the channels into two, in which this one will remain exclusive for law entrances, that is high level law, since I teach for the Delhi Judicial Services exam. Also, I really love to teach law. Now with the entrance scene, DULLB till 2002 was a ridiculously tough law entrance. So they used to ask questions such as what is there in section 7 of the Hindu Marriage Act. This is an actual question. So this paper used to be very tough, but since 2023, so 3 editions of the paper have taken place, and in which the course syllabus pretty much is: you have English, you have maths, you have logical reasoning, you have computer awareness. God only knows why they are asking this in a law entrance, because actually there is no law entrance as such, and you have CA and GK. Alright. Now maths is SSC level, slightly less, but still maths and logical is that level. English again is this, and computer awareness is again is a subject like modems, maximum speed, what is the full form of a modem, stuff such as that. So in CUET-PG there is no law entrance, there is a general entrance which enables you admissions to East Asian studies, African studies, women's studies, as well as a LLB. Now this has diluted the faculty of law, it has really hit them hard. There are demands for a separate law entrance as well. I'm not making this up, it was there in the Times of India. However, you can never really be sure as to whether a law entrance really shows up or not, but this is what it is, and people are basically taking this entrance. Now this is also a very maths heavy entrance, so if you are traditionally not good at maths, that is why perhaps you are considering law, which most of us any which way do. You need to really up your level of mathematics basically for this entrance. All right. Now similar entrances exist. Primary, the other two entrances that you are looking at is NLU Odisha and MHCET. I'm firstly covering out the Sarkari level examination. So NLU Odisha and MHCET, they both ask you 120 questions. Again, instead of computer awareness, they ask you basics of law. Rest everything is the same. MHCET is usually a cakewalk paper once you're very well prepared. So is the case with NLU Odisha as well. We've been doing these examinations for so long that I can confidently tell you about each and every aspect of these exams. And you need, for all of these exams, NLSAT included, around 6 months of prep time. So for NLSAT, you can watch our rank 1 interview of 25. She's detailed out the process for you. 24 also did a good job in detailing out the process. 22 may I didn't used to take interviews back then because well, we never really felt the need to, but we have a mock interview in which, because there was an interview round back in the day. However, that may just, you may just want to skip that one, but still it can give you some relevant insights if you really wish to watch it. Everything is in the NLSAT playlist. Now, 6 months of prep. And why did I refer to NLSAT? So people prepare that in 4 months as well. So you are looking at 4 to 6 months of prep time. इससे नीचे नहीं होगा और नहीं होता है. CUETPG has around, give me 1 second, as always, हमारा board doesn't wish to work all that well. Anyway, so 75 questions and 90 minutes of CUETPG. All right. So all of these are on the same pattern. Then you have symbiosis का एक entrance examination होता है, उसके NLSAT के साथ तैयारी हो जाती है. And for these examinations, it is prudent for MHCET NLU Odisha to prepare the basics of torts, contracts, constitution and polity you will any which way need in life. Any which way it cuts across all examinations. However, if I were to ask you that are they really going heavy on constitution? No, they're not. DULLB really used to attack the constitution in terms of asking a hell lot of heavy questions, but that is no more the case. It's been 3 years, so every 3 years usually examination patterns keep on evolving. Let us hope that they notify any changes that they do plan to do around October-November timeframe. So if you are preparing for these examinations, you need to prepare for from July to December is your prep time. Usually if you see the NLSAT topper interviews, they'll tell you कि November से March में भी हो जाता है. Now we are going to be discussing solely about the NLSAT. Now what does the NLSAT entail? NLSAT has 2 portions to it. One is part A, which involves critical reasoning and current affairs mainly, plus RC level questions. Then you have part B, which doesn't require any prior knowledge of law, but it will give you a situation and will ask you to write answers on it. Now those answers can be basically in which you have to logically argue but with a legal flavor onto it. So mocks really do come into play here. And then you have part B mein, after these situations, these cases, there are 5 of those into 12 marks, so you have around 60, and then you have a 15-mark essay, which is generally based on a current affair theme from October till about March. So you need to prepare a lot of current affairs, some amount of static GK, because let us say that they give a passage on a movie, then they can ask you who was the first Indian ever to win an Oscar. So we have to be really prepared. So this is 75 marks. This is also 75 marks. So you are looking at a 150 mark paper. The topper usually scores around 109, 110, 111. They do not mark part B very well or very leniently, I would say. So you can go through this year also. I think we've had 14 to 18 odd selections in NLSAT by God's grace. And you are fighting, if you are a college student, we're going to do a dedicated video on NLSAT also on this channel. If you are let us say a student fresh out of college, you're fighting for seats with working professionals. So if you see the student interviews very closely, you are looking at a lot of people who are far more experienced. Their cognition skills keep on getting better. So as you keep on growing up, all of this, the intelligence shoots through the roof, the cognition shoots through the roof. So you need to be slightly well prepared as compared to your competition if you are aiming to get into NLS right after your college, because this examination is created in such a manner that you really need your cognition and your reading and reasoning ability to be through the roof. Now we offer both online and offline dedicated batches for all of this. We the offline batches starting from the 4th of July, we do not mix out the batch with CLAT students. We do not mix out the batch with any. We are heavily focused primarily on the 3-year LLB scene. We have a classroom in North Campus. You can look it up on Google. It will show you the maps location and everything basically regarding us, and you will figure out who we are. And yeah, the 6 months to basically, you need a lot of practice. You need some bit of theory to tackle out critical reasoning. Then you need a lot of practice, and then you need mocks. So in our batches, mocks are conducted primarily offline in our classroom, so that you get the real life feel, and via OMR sheets. So that all is done for this exam. And the other class of examinations is this. Then you have the local examinations such as the Allahabad University exam and all other examinations. Some of them do accept CUETPG scores because central universities are mandated to accept the CUETPG score. But that depends on university to university. They have their own law entrances. Jindal has its own. Jindal is a pretty good private option if you afford it, that is, if the affordability is there. And then these are the primary 3-year LLB options that you have. And usually the competition is quite intense because people who have not cleared their CLAT and went into the standard graduation route, let us say they're from SRCC and all of these colleges completed their BCom, they are in the Thukra ke mera pyar intakam dekhegi mode. So they are also, they prepare very, very well, and usually they take up the seats. So you have to keep all of these factors in mind, that please do prepare well. I'm not trying to scare you, of course, I'm always the quote unquote coaching teacher, in which people consider us guys as pretty evil, and a lot of us do use a lot of shady tactics as well. But I try not to, and I'm telling you the situation as it is. So the first step to prepare. Now let us look at the steps that you will need to prepare. So all of this is done. Let me just change the page altogether. The first step is which kind of student you are. Figure out your wiring, figure out your aptitude, basically. Let me write it in short form. And then decide whether you need help via coaching. If you do not need help, how do you figure this out? You sit with the question papers first. You solve them on your own first. All of the question papers, all of the relevant question papers are on TLOI's website. You can go there. Once this year's are available, we will basically make them available on our website for download. CUETPG का available नहीं है, NLSAT का है. NLSAT के part B's are not available. Part B only 2022 का is available. All right. So you decide this at the earliest possible opportunity, because things otherwise tend to get very late. Many people join NLSAT coaching programs in November, December also, but it's a very peculiar style of a paper in which the prep really is minimal and is coupled out with a lot of practice. So वहाँ पे भी काम हो जाता है, provided that your English is good. However, if your English is not good, then we need to get it up to speed from July till about October. Then you have your final semester examinations also you are dealing with the final sem examinations if you are in the final year. All right. So decide this first. So the first step is solve the question papers on your own, sit with them, see if you're able to figure out, take a decision whether you want coaching or not. Well, if you want coaching, you can always consider us, but I'm sure there are a plethora of options in the market. It is a free market at the end of the day, right? Then second, I would say prepare first and foremost English, because this cuts across all exams, right? It will help you in NLSAT, it will help you in CUETPG, it will help you in NLU Odisha, it will help you in MHCET, because this cuts across all examinations. Then the third is prepare polity. Prepare constant polity, but not that in a very hardcore manner, but you need to know what is Article 21, Article 21A, etc. It really helps. NLSAT will never ask this, because in their syllabus they've mentioned that well, we do not need you to know the law prior to the exam. However, knowing this stuff really does make a difference in terms of your thinking. However, you can pretty much bypass it completely for NLSAT. You can't do so for NLU Odisha and MHCET and PULLB, I forgot about PULLB, and PULLB or all other single liner MCQ law entrances, because they tend to ask really heavily on this. Then the fourth step is you prepare static GK. अकबर किसके पिताजी थे, उनके ग्रैंड चाइल्ड का क्या नाम था, वर्ल्ड्स लार्जेस्ट डैम, इंडियाज first female from India who climbed Mount Everest twice, who was the father of the constitution, what is the name of the book written by Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan, Indian philosophy that is, who was the CGI who acted as the president, stuff such as that. So that is static, who's the first Indian to win a Nobel, what is the chemical formula for baking soda, stuff such as that. So that needs to be very well prepared. Then you are looking at consistent monitoring for CA. Now CA again becomes very important from October to March, but we usually in our programs, in our batches, we cover that out from July onwards, so that examiner अगर पीछे भी जाए, like for example Operation Sindoor से पहले इस साल वाले papers ये वाले सारे हो गए थे. अच्छा, एक चीज़ और टाइमलाइन जो है जो मैं आपको बताना भूल गया. सो NLSAT is usually in April. I think it's the last Sunday if I'm not mistaken right now. CUETPG is in March. MHCET also पहले हमेशा मार्च की डेट अनाउंस करता है, but it usually takes to April May, and like PULLB is right now, this year is 29 June, so PULLB का आप जून पकड़ लीजिए, PU, and NLU Odisha is also in May. So this is the broad level timeline that you're looking at for these examinations. All right. Okay. Now static GK and CA is there. Then you get to maths. Then you get to logical. And then you put in the tadka of computer awareness for CUET-PG. Let us see that whether they ask this year or not. Okay. Now this is pretty much what the 3-year LLB scene really entails. And you need to sit with the question papers. There's just no way out that you're not sitting with the question papers. Now I'm going to talk about, well, what do we offer for these examinations? So we offer an online batch. You can go here and we'll explore everything. I'll leave the link to everything in the pinned comments. So it is showing my place on Google, any which way. Yeah, you can look us up, and our address वगैरह सब कुछ यहाँ पे आ जाएगा. And then we go to our website. Of course, allow it. Right, you will get the batches here. Right, so you can opt in for NLSAT only options. You can opt in for every 3-year law entrances preparation, and then you can also opt in for CUET-PG and MHCET in case you're not interested in NLSAT. When we combine both of these programs, we get pretty much this. And even though I don't think the description is updated, the offline batch is going to start on the 4th of July. The classes are Thursday, Friday and Saturday. NLSAT is included in that. So we prepare you for NLSAT and we prepare you. So it's pretty much an all-round prep. We'll upload classes here as well on the portal. I only have 50 seats with me in the classroom. I think 7 odd are already booked. I will leave the link to the brochure, everything basically in the pinned comment. If you're interested in these options, then you can contact us. If you're not, if you are really interested in self-prep, interested in mocks later, then well, the mocks we start releasing around the December time frame. If you're not really interested in all of that and you can take a shot on your own, that is also very feasible, because there is no exam that exists on this planet that can be done, that cannot be done without any self-prep. So you are free to do so. You explore it for yourself, since I do not know you personally. However, we do try to extend as much help to every student possible. So you can always reach out to us in case you are confused. But then, of course, things, because we have a lot of students, we also teach for judicial services examinations, we teach for LLM examinations, all of that is there on that channel. So, okay, let me remove this. And then, as usual, our board keeps on, is a very nakral board. So you can follow this timeline, and then you have to prepare and get ready by max by 31st of January, because in Feb and March, Feb is exam anxiety month and March is peak exam anxiety month. NLSAT, you can delay prep. You have to complete it by the 15th of March so that everything is good to go and you are only attempting mocks. And that is the brief timeline. I'll do an in-depth video on NLSAT. I do it every year. अभी मैंने पिछले just अभी एक January में भी बनाया था on the other channel, but it's there in the it's everything you can just explore playlists on this channel. It is just there. It is just that the subscriber count will be quite low because we've just bifurcated the channel into two so that the crowd doesn't get mixed. So this one will focus on law entrances alone. That one will focus on high level law. Any which way, wishing you folks all the very best. In case you do need any more help, then please do reach out to us. And yeah, do take very good care of yourself. If you need anything, you can always leave a comment down below and I'll try my best to resolve it for you. Wishing you folks all the very best, and with your prepare from July onwards. Try to ideally go through everything by December, January, so that you are only taking mocks, revising current affairs in Feb, March, and then taking all the entrances from March, April till about May, and getting a seat and securing a seat somewhere. Wishing you guys all the very best. Do take very good care of yourself. Bye.